Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I was thinking I could show you how to paint a negative painting, and negative painting means that we are actually painting around the object and the object itself stays white or pretty light. So I think this would be a good practice, and why not, you know, something different. And I did not use a masking fluid to cover up the flower this time because we are gonna try to paint around it. I did made a sketch for myself and of course for you, so you can free download it from my website, and the link for that you can find down in the description box. So go ahead, download it for yourself, or maybe if you want to paint it and draw it yourself, well, why not? That is also an option. It is quite simple, so why not? For the sketch, I draw the petals, the center of the flowers, the petals, and also the part inside the petals where the shadows are gonna be, to make it so much easier for myself when I start to paint and add those shadows. As almost always, and those who are here on my channel longer and watched my previous videos and tutorials already probably know that, and I'm repeating that like a parrot, but I am using just regular printing paper to do my sketch and then trace it onto watercolor paper using a graphite paper. I do that because I don't like to smudge my paper, to rip my paper when doing my sketch, so that is how I do it. Also, after I finished with my sketch, I just lighten it with kneaded eraser just to pick up the excess graphite. Also, even sometimes you don't have to lighten your sketch, but this is just perfect to pick up the excess graphite. Afterwards, I'm prevetting around the petals. As I said, we're gonna do a negative painting, so we're not prevetting the entire paper this time, but just around the petals, and then adding in some color. This is, I think, some orangey, I don't know how to explain it, orangey brownish color. So just, you know, use here any colors you like, whatever colors you like. What is your favorite colors? You could use that color to do the background. This is not a realistic painting. This is just a fun, dreamy painting and just a perfect practice for a negative painting. So you can use any colors you like. Those colors I'm using are actually handmade colors. I made them myself. So there are no particular, people asked me before, can you tell us the names of those colors? But there are no names of those colors because I made them, I mixed some pigments, and you know, so that is the reason why I'm not referring to any colors here in this video and also down in the description box, because those are the colors I made and they really don't have names. So I'm just calling them brownish color, greenish color, and so I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is. So you can just use basically any color you like, and whatever palette you have, that is just perfectly fine for this. And I did do a little bit darker around the flowers and in between the petals, and just a little bit lighter going outside. I'm talking about the background and the lower part of the flowers. I've added this green color to make it a little bit even more darker in the lower part of the flower in between the petals. And also the center itself I painted in one color, and then on top of it with a little smaller brush added some lines looking like spikes in a little bit darker color. I think this is something like rose sienna, and then some burnt sienna, and then some maybe sepia. Those are the colors I think that could be the closest to those I'm using. And after I finished with the center of the flower, I'm moving on to painting the petals. But you know, just make sure that your background is completely dry, because if you go into painting petals before your background is dry, it will bleed into the petals, and that is not what we want. We want our petals to, you know, stay white. And I mixed in some purple color and then painting in those shadows with purple color. I did paint it slightly here and there, also mostly in the part that is nearest to the center of the flower. I painted a little bit darker, and then going upwards to the edge of the petals, to the finish of the petals, I don't know how to call that, the little bit lighter, so I will later on add even a little bit more pigment to the flower, to the part of the flowers where those petals are meeting the center. But you know, you will see that later on. And now I'm just adding that color a little bit more saturated in those shadows, in those on those lines that I've drew earlier. And the edges of ends of the flowers have those little spikes on them, so I'm using this brown color to paint in those spikes. And the ones that are turned on the side from us, those spikes are going out upwards, and those that are turned to us, you can see right there, those spikes looks like they're going inwards into the petal itself. And this is a fine painting to try to practice, as I said, negative painting, to paint around objects, because you know, we don't have always masking fluid, and not every one of you do need masking fluid. And this is quite detailed painting, and you have to also be careful and try to paint around it, and you know, practice your precision. So this is, I think, a good practice for you. You can do also the petals, you can do lighter, that is up to you also, and maybe background even darker. I did not want that such a huge contrast between my background and my flowers, so I did not paint it such huge difference. But you can do that, you can absolutely do that, paint your background around the flowers even darker, and to make that flower of yours stand out even more. And of course some sprinkles, you know me, I can't do without the sprinkles, so always adding a little bit more of the sprinkles. And then just on top of the center of the flowers, I was just looking at it and I thought we are missing highlights there, so I'm adding a little bit of the white paint there, and as I said earlier, a little bit even darker paint. This is some darker brown. I'm adding just nearest to the center to make those parts stand out a little bit more. And with that, I'll be finishing off this painting and of course this video. I think this is a simple practice. I hope you will like it, and if you do like it, please hit the like button, share this video, comment, tell me what you like, what you don't like, give me some suggestions, what would you like to see. Thank you, and thank you all for your earlier suggestions. I do have actually a notebook where I am putting all your suggestions, and they will come to their turn. Just please be patient with me, and you know, I'm sure you will be happy. And if you haven't still, please subscribe to my channel, that would really mean a lot to me. And if you want to go a step further, maybe consider joining my channel. Press that join button next to the subscribe button, listen to the offer, what is there if you join my channel, and then decide. And you know guys, thank you so much again for watching, and without further ado, I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!